Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Vagisha Mishra. I review and decode beauty pageants at my channel. Welcome to my second Q&A video. So after a lot of you showered me with love and so many questions after my first Q&A video, I thought let's just hit the another Q&A video and let's get all your questions answered. So a lot of you have messaged me and have also commented in my previous Q&A video asking me few questions. So without further ado, let's get started. Now my very first question comes from Amir, who asked me, why do you think Catriona won at the Miss Universe stage but could not win at the Miss World stage? Now this seems to be a very interesting question. I have always said this time and again that spontaneity is the key to success. If you want to be successful at any beauty pageant, it is very important that you be yourself. Now Catriona Gray excelled in all the crucial segments of the Miss World pageant and she excelled almost in all the rounds. She also won Miss Multimedia during the Miss World pageant. But we have to agree that when it comes to stage presence, Stephanie Del Valle was not somebody who could be ignored at the stage. She was too good to be ignored. While Catriona looked extremely polished at the Miss World stage, Stephanie Del Valle looked more lively and spontaneous. Many pageant fans and critics saw a reflection of Megan Young in Catriona Gray, who was the first Miss World from the Philippines. Now this might come across as a compliment to many of you, but when it comes to important beauty pageant, it is very important that you showcase your individuality and you showcase your original quality which makes you stand apart from others. The iconic beauty pageants always look for something original and individual when it comes to beauty queens because they stand as the spokesperson of the organization. This is something which Catriona flaunted very flawlessly at the Miss Universe stage when she took over the runway in her swimsuit round, giving that slow-mo walk or walking the runway in the beautiful lava gown, showcasing her fierce vibe. That was something which was very unique and original, which I believe she lacked at the Miss World stage. Now Miss World stage is more about grace and elegance. It is not about showing fierceness, but that was something not very quintessentially of Catriona. For Catriona's performance at the Miss Universe stage, I would definitely give her a 10 on 10 for spontaneity, fierceness and flamboyance. So at the Miss Universe stage, Catriona was showing her real side which was somewhere missing when it came to the Miss World pageant, and that is why I believe that she could not win the Miss World pageant, but she effortlessly won the Miss Universe title. She owned it because of showing her real side. Now there's another question from Ruli who asked me what are the most frequently asked questions in beauty pageant. The first and foremost important question you're going to encounter in any beauty pageant is define or introduce yourself, wherein you have to talk about your aspirations, your background and your vision in the coming years. The second question you're going to encounter in any beauty pageant is, why do you want to be Miss India? What is it that makes you want the title of that particular pageant, be it Miss Universe, be it Miss World or Miss India or any pageant you're competing for? So these are the most commonly asked questions, and make sure you answer all these questions very wisely and carefully because the way in which you answer these questions is going to decide in what direction your interview is going to. Some more frequently asked questions are, what would you do if you win the title of Miss India? Or who is your inspiration and why? Make sure you have watched and worked creatively on all the pageant questions which have been asked in last 5 years at the prominent pageants like Miss USA and Miss Universe. Please ensure that you answer all the pageant questions exclusively related to yourself, and it should not sound as a rehearsed answer which can be easily found on Google in just one click. So another question is from Rahul who asked me, can Miss India give a preliminary interview in native language? If yes, then why haven't we seen a single girl from India who has given her preliminary interview in her mother tongue? Now this is a very interesting question. Yes, the preliminary interviews at the Miss Universe pageant can be answered in your native language. Now we have seen many Latin American candidates who have a fair knowledge of English, yet they choose to answer in their own language, which is Spanish. This is a very good initiative because it does not only give the candidate time to speculate the question and craft the answer wisely while the translator is translating the question, but at the same time your ideas are presented in a more fine and better way in front of audience when the translator translates your language to English. Unfortunately, in many of the colonized countries, it is a well-known misinterpretation that if you do not speak English well, then you are certainly weak in communications. So I think that is something which bars the candidate to give their answers in their native language, and hence many girls hesitate to present their answers in their native language. I am waiting to see a candidate from India who slays the question and answer round in Hindi like a pro, so as to ensure that language is never the barrier but the ideas are. First and foremost, the superiority of any particular language needs to go away. Also, many of you have asked me to prepare my videos in Hindi. I have gone through many comments in my comment section where many of you say that please make your videos in Hindi, but I make my videos exclusively in English because it is also followed by many different people from different countries, so they may not understand me when I'm speaking in Hindi. So that is the reason why most of my reviews are in English, and I don't want to switch on and off from one language to another, and that is why I have maintained the uniformity. So this is something I am advocating you to answer your pageant question in Hindi if you want to, and I myself am not practicing it, so this is not what it looks like. Now we have another question from Sugam who asked me, will Femina Miss India organization ever scrap the height criteria? Now, Femina Miss India organization has already reduced the height criteria from 5'6" to 5'5". Now, this might be very negligible to you, but having said that, there are many international pageants which rarely crown the short-heighted ladies. Now, Julia Morley, the CEO of Miss World organization, she herself said that you can be 5 feet and still win the Miss World pageant. Now, that phrase is commonly used by many of the girls in our country, saying that if Julia Morley has said so, then why isn't Femina Miss India organization allowing us to participate if we can participate at the height of 5 feet? Then I believe that although she has said it in a form of phrase, but when you observe the previous title holders, be it the Miss World pageant or be it the Miss Universe pageant, we have seen taller girls making more impact at beauty pageants, because when it comes to stage presence, the short girls are easily lost. So I am not somebody who is advocating the height discrimination, but yes, I believe that in several occasions, shorter girls are not preferred in many international pageants, and hence I think this might be the reason why Femina Miss India organization is not deciding to reduce the height criteria further. Also, there have been many petite pageants where you can participate without any height barriers. Now, Tara Sutaria's twin sister Pia Sutaria was also the winner of Reina Petite Intercontinental. So there are certain pageants which are very good and they have relevance in the society, and they perform very exceptionally well. So you can participate in such pageants, and there is a lot of scope in modeling as well. So yes. Now I have another interesting question from Sugam again. She asked me if Miss World India title holders from last 20 years compete in Miss India today, who is going to be Miss World India, Miss Grand India and Miss United Continents India. So my answer without a doubt would be that the Miss World India title holder will of course be Manushi, Chhillar, because she won the Miss World crown after 17 years of long drought. So she was exceptionally well at the Miss World pageant, be it the top model round, be it the beauty with a purpose, be it multimedia, or how she is showcasing the culture and ethnicity of India at the Miss World stage. So she actually worked hard for it and she performed exceptionally well in the interview as well. So Manushi would certainly win the Miss World India title. Now Miss Grand India, I think Natasha had an excellent stage presence and beautiful demeanor when it comes to the runway, and she had a beautiful body as well. So I think Miss Grand International is a mini Miss Universe pageant of the Trump era, and I think she would do exceptionally well at the Miss Grand International pageant. Now Miss United Continents would be Koil Rana because she's very sweet in terms of facial beauty, she speaks very well, and she comes across as somebody who has a very good stage presence. So yes, I believe that she could have won the first Miss United Continents crown for India, definitely. Now I have another question, a very nice question indeed. If you could choose a year to swap Miss World India with Miss Universe India and vice versa, who would it be and why? So I think I would swap Suman with Vartika Singh, the last year's representatives to Miss World and Miss Universe. Now many of the pageant fans, including me as well, we wanted to see Vartika at the Miss Universe stage. But if we go back to her performance at the Femina Miss India pageant, she won the Best Beauty with a Purpose Project award at the Femina Miss India pageant. And she has been associated with a lot of NGOs and she is working towards a lot of causes. So I believe that she has also been a health ambassador in Lucknow in some NGO. So I believe that Vartika could have done very well at the Miss World stage, and Suman, since she is very good on runway, she's photogenic and she's a very good body, I think she could have done good at Miss Universe stage. But I think both of them, they did us proud at last year edition of Miss World and Miss Universe, because we placed in both the major pageants, and Suman was crowned as the second runner-up at the Miss World pageant. So yes, she did us proud, and I think we all are satisfied with both of their performances. Also, I think Kanishka Dhankar and Vasuki Sunkavalli could have also swapped their places in 2011, because Kanishka was more modelisk and fierce on stage, and I think she would have done extremely well at the Miss Universe stage. And needless to say, she was very good at the top model round as well, which is something which would be appreciated at the Miss Universe stage. And Vasuki, I'm not really a fan of her, and I believe that she could not have performed very well at the Miss World stage, but she could have placed, because she went unplaced at the Miss Universe stage. So if we swap their places, I think both of them would have done better at both the pageants. Now I have another question which asks me how to train for pageant question and answer. I think the best way to prepare yourself for any pageant question and answer would be to follow all the previous editions of Miss Universe and Miss USA pageants, because I believe that both of these pageants have extremely good sets of questions which not only challenges your way of thinking but also speculates how you answer those questions, because the answer which you give in the pageant question and answer round, it is never limited on how what you're speaking, but how you're answering it. So your delivery also matters a lot, how you're speaking the particular answer, in what composure you're presenting yourself on the stage. So these are certain factors which are assessed at the Miss Universe and Miss USA stage, and I would definitely recommend you going through all the pageant question and answers of previous editions of Miss USA and Miss Universe, and I think that would be enough. I have another similar question which asks me how can we prepare best for the pageant. So I think if you follow Femina Miss India closely, then you might have known that Meenakshi Chaudhary, who is loved and adored from all of the people in the world for being first runner-up at Miss Grand International, and many of the people still believe that she was robbed at the Miss International stage. I think she is one of the best example who teaches us to learn from oneself. So she followed all the pageant critiques advices very closely, and she also followed the pageant videos available on YouTube. She went through different pageants, how they walk on stage, how they give their answer, how they do their makeup and everything. So she was following everything on her own. She did not join any pageant academy. So if you want to join any pageant academy, please go for it. I have said it time and again. Don't leave any stone unturned if you want to make your best. So Tiara and Cocoberry academies are the best academies available in India. You can get enrolled in their batches and you can get a basic idea of how to carry yourself on the stage, how you should do your makeup, how you should give your best in the pageant question and answer, and so on. So these are the pageant training academies which help you give your best in different aspects. But other than that, there are many videos available on YouTube, and there are many websites which give you pageant questions like Pageant Planet. I think that is one of the best websites. You can subscribe to their website and you can enroll and get many list of question answers, the pageant questions which are asked frequently. And also if you want to follow any free quiz or test series, I think there are a lot of pageant questions which are available on Instagram as well. You just have to search it from the hashtag pageant question. I think you will get many of the pageant questions. You will get an idea how to give your best when it comes to pageant questions. Now another question asked me, why are we failing at Miss Earth and Miss International pageant? I think the reason why we are failing at the Miss Earth and Miss International pageant is only because it is not in the right hands. The candidates who are selected to represent India internationally are not sponsored by these organizations which are responsible for sending delegates to Miss Earth and Miss International from India. So I think if you are not giving any proper training to the candidates, if you're not providing any support financially, then I think a candidate already is facing a lot of pressure and she might not be able to give her best. She's still raw. So I think that is why we are failing to place at Miss Earth and Miss International pageant, because the training itself is inadequate. Another question asked me, why is it necessary to talk in English? I don't think it is necessary to talk in English. If you observe all the national or international pageants, there have been many occasions where people answer in their own native language. So it depends on you how you want to answer your question and answer. If you want to answer it in your own language, you can go ahead with it. Now I have another question which asked me to give my opinion on the best answers of Miss World and Miss Universe. I think there are a lot of candidates from Miss World and Miss Universe who deserve to be placed in this category. The reigning Miss World and Miss Universe, both Tony Ann Singh and Zozibini Chunji, both of them were very good when it came to pageant answers. So it was not only about what they spoke, but how they spoke it. So when we see them answering the questions with all confidence and flamboyance that this is what they integrally believe in, we are certainly bound to believe that they are the one who are more suitable for the titles. So the reigning Miss World and Miss Universe, I think they had best answers. But other than that, Roland Strauss, Megan Young, Manushi Chhillar at the Miss World pageant. So I have another question which asks me, during Miss India Grand Finale, does Femina Miss India organization sponsors the finale gown or you have to pay for it? In the finales or even the sub-contest crowning, Femina Miss India organization sponsors the gown which you're wearing at the stage. The fittings begin when you start participating at the pageant, and you will be asked to give your fittings, and everything is already checked in rehearsals. And then you are finally wearing the gown which is sponsored by one of the designers at Femina Miss India. So you don't need to pay for it. And the last question, and finally it's time for the last question, which asks me, why do Miss Universe title holders keep the crown to themselves and some of them they pass it on? So this is very clear thing that Miss Universe title holders or any international pageant title holders, they don't get to keep the crown with themselves for a longer time. As soon as the reign ends, they are asked to pass it on or submit it back to the organization. So the crown which you see them wearing or posting their pictures, it is simply the replica of the crowns which were given to them after they ended their reign. So that was it for today's question and answer video. I hope I answered all of your questions. Many of the repeated questions have been scrapped. So if your question is still not answered and you believe you have something particular or specific to ask me, then you can always leave down your questions in the comment section here. So I would ensure that I answer all of them in my coming Q&A video. So until next time, I will see you soon with a new video. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like my channel, and also don't forget to follow me on all social media outlets, the link of which has been left in the description box below. Until next time.